Today I'm going to be canning green beans in my pressure canner. Now if you've never canned anything before, I would recommend this as a starting place because green beans are so simple, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do it so you won't have any issues at all. So let's get started. Before we start, always follow your specific canner's manual for processing times because altitude and adjustment times can vary a little by model. We're going to get our green beans washed. When it comes to canning, I really enjoy these containers here. Not only is there measurements on the side, but it comes with a lid, so if you want to prep something and put it in the refrigerator, you can. But I just find that it is so handy to use. Now that we have these rinsed, we're just gonna snip off each end of the green bean and then break them into pieces that are about the size to easily fit inside the jar. I just use my fingernails for this, but you can use a knife if you wish. All right, we're gonna get our water inside of this canner. And we're filling it up to this bottom line. And I'm gonna pour some water in these jars. I'll fill these jars about half full with water. This is part of the sterilizing step. I'm pretty certain I won't need all these jars, but I'll go ahead and get them sterilized. Lid on here. Okay, so we have our jars in here. We'll push this and we're going to set it for 20 minutes for pints. And then we'll push this to advance it. It says to insert the jars, and I already did. Now we'll wait till these get sterilized. We'll get them out and get our green beans in here. It says full jars, so we're going to get them out. I'm going to dump the water into this container to save me running to the sink every time. Gonna get our beans in here. I think I'm just gonna use my hands. It'll be easier than the spoon. The reason I'm using the pint-sized jar is because it's just for my husband and we don't eat that many at a meal. I do plan on canning some quart size in case we have guests over. So we're leaving about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of head space for these green beans. I guess this is gonna fill more than I thought it would. I guess I don't have enough for this jar, so I'm just gonna put some of these in these other jars. And we're gonna put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in each jar. And then we're going to pour boiling water over each of them. I'm going to use the handle of the spatula to debubble these green beans. And after doing this step, if you see you need to add more water, you can go ahead and do that before you put your lids on. So we're going to wipe the tops of each of these rims, just making sure there's no salt or anything on the jars before we put the lids on. We're just gonna tighten this finger tight. Don't over tighten them. Time to get our jars back in. Get our lid back on here. And then we're gonna take our regulator off and get this lowered down. And now we're just gonna push this button and then we'll wait until it says to put the regulator on. All right, it's time to get the regulator on. Gotta make sure it's set to can. And now we'll push this button again. Now it'll complete the rest of the process all by itself. All right, it's time to get our green beans out. Hear that popping sound? That's what we want to hear. See there? I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that you see just how easy it is to can green beans. And if you decide to give it a try, I would love to know in the comments what you thought. Was it as easy or easier than what you thought it would be? And if you enjoy content like this, I would love it if you would subscribe so that you can join me here again next time. I hope that you're all having a wonderful day. Bye for now.